everybody to Loch Briar Knits podcast. I'm Kelly, your host, and this is episode 105, I think. Pretty sure. I'm like 96.3% sure. It is September 18th, 2021, and it is a very foggy, cloudy morning in Nova Scotia, Canada, where I'm from. And I have a fair bit to show you, and I have to leave soon because we're going to IKEA to look at desks for the new office upstairs. So for any of you new viewers, my stepson moved out to go to university and he's got his own apartment now. So we're turning his old bedroom into an office. And I realize, yes, the body's barely even cold, but we had the painter coming in to paint the walls, and we have the new carpet being put in probably at the end of this month or the first of next month. I have a chaise lounge right now that we have in the dining room because we don't really have anything in our dining room. And we thought we're either going to move that up to the office, which I think is what we're going to do. And then we might put some reading chairs into the dining room and kind of make that like a little reading room or something. It's a knitting podcast and I have knitting to show you. So first, I'm going to take a drink of my water. First things first, finished object, sort of. It is finished. But let me show you. Okay, so this is my Coastal Crop Raglan, and it's a pattern by Neilan, and it's knit out of Hypothesis Yarn, who is actually a local dyer to me and makes absolutely stunning yarns. Stunning yarns. If you have a chance to get any of her yarn, do it. She's amazing. This is, see if I can get it in frame. This is the Coastal Crop Raglan. Now, it's knit in the colorway Lyra. Or Lyra, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Still haven't figured it out. I should just email her and ask her. But here's the thing. I haven't blocked it yet. So when I put it on, this is pre-blocking. It's actually, now it is a crop, but I didn't want it cropped. I wanted it down to about here. Now I'm okay. Like actually once I have it on, and I know with blocking, it'll probably come down a bit. But the problem is that the waistband, the hem, I did like a normal bind off. So it's got no give to it. And what happens is when it hits my hips, like just at the top of my hips, it's almost like I can feel the band or the bind off there. And if I move it all, it just slides right up to my waist, which is a couple of inches up and stays there. Because the band is too tight to just kind of fall back down. I think does that make sense? I think what I am going to do, and this is why I didn't block it, and this terrifies me a little. And at first I was thinking I'll just take out the bind off and then I'll keep knitting the hem and just make it a little longer and then do like a stretchier bind off. But see, I find with the stretchier bind off, you get a bit of a flare, and I don't necessarily want it flare. And plus the hem on this, if you can see, it's not just like, it's not like a 2x2 or 1x1 ribbing. It's a little different. It's got some different details into it. And I don't want to give the pattern away, but I think you can kind of see it's not quite, there's through the back loops and things like that. So I think what I might do, and this terrifies me to no end because I can just see drop stitches in my future, is I'm going to put in a lifeline, which I'm horrible at. I'm horrible at putting in a lifeline, but I'm going to attempt it. Then I'm going to rip back, and then I'm going to knit the body down maybe about 1.5 inches. Then I'm going to put the hem in, and I'm either going to do the bind off in a larger needle or see if I can find a stretchy bind off that doesn't have like the flare to it. I don't even know if there is such a thing. So if you guys know of a stretchy bind off that's not going to make the hem like flare out, let me know. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to put the lifeline in today or tomorrow and just get started on it because I want this off the needles, and I want this off the needles because I really want to start knitting a new sweater. because my plan was to knit a sweater a month. This is my August sweater, so clearly it's not done on time. So I'm a little behind. It's almost like we're into September. Well into September. I think my plan of doing a sweater a month is a little out the window. If I can at least get 2 more sweaters done before the end of the year, including my mother's, which I've not worked on at all since the last time I podcasted. So yeah, so I do have to do some sweater surgery on this. And I kind of debated not doing it, but I thought, you know what? If I don't do it, I'm not going to wear it. And I love this sweater. I love this yarn. It is so comfy on. Like, it's just, it's a beautiful sweater. I love the color. I love everything about it, except for the length just needs to go up and lengthen a bit. And the hem needs to have a bit more give to it. And I think if I make it a bit longer, maybe what I can do is I can just, if I bring it up here, I can maybe do a gentle increase. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just kind of do a little bit of a gentle increase. When I ripped it all out the first time, for any of you new viewers, I was probably well down to here and it was too big. It was too big. So I ended up ripping it all out and starting again at the smaller size, which is good because it fits perfect, except here. So I guess I know where my width is. Not so much through here, down in the hips. Which, if I wanted to wear this as a crop, is not a big deal, but I didn't want to wear it as a crop. I wanted to wear it at like hip level. So I need to expand the hip area. So if my bind off was kind of more the size of the medium, or somewhere between the small and the medium size, or the second and the third size, I guess, then I think it would fit perfect. So what I might do is kind of look at how many stitches are in the body for the third size versus how many stitches it is for the second size, and look at maybe kind of when I lengthen it, do a little bit of an increase kind of coming out a bit, which I don't think is going to be all that noticeable, really. And if it fits, you know, that's kind of the important thing. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So it's done, but it's not done. We can't close the book on this one yet. So it's a faux about to become a work in progress. It's a good thing that the sweater, I love it and really, really want to wear it. Or I think I might have given up on it at this point with all of the mistakes that I have made. So that's done, about to be undone. She's come undone, people. She's come undone. So here we go. What else? So the other thing is, we didn't show this the last time. This is the Super Simple Summer Sweater by Joji Locatelli that my mom wanted me to make her for her Christmas present. She picked out the colors and she picked out the yarn. She even gave me the yarn. That's how adamant she was. It was this yarn. This is the Bernat Softy Baby, and it's in the lemon colorway and the denim blues colorway. My plan was to do two rows every month. So I'm a little behind. I have to have this done for Christmas. Yeah, so I need to put some work in on that. So maybe what I will do is I will work on this today, get those 2 rows in, which I think I can do. Maybe I'll get as much as I can. And then tomorrow I'll deal with the sweater surgery on the Coastal Crop Raglan. I am getting a little stressed about the fact that I haven't started any of my Christmas knits except for this one. The good thing is the Super Simple Summer Sweater is a really fast knit, which is good. My sister-in-law has not gotten back to me about, I kind of put feelers out to my sister and my sister-in-law about what the kids might want if they wanted any knitted stuff for Christmas. My sister-in-law has not gotten back to me, so if her kids want knit things, it's SOL, because I don't have the time now. Like, I needed to know by the 1st of September if I had hope in hell of getting everything done. My sister got back to me right away. So the, what's it called? My half and half wrap. So here's the thing. I don't want it. It is beautiful It is soft and fluffy and gushy, but the gray yarn that I used for it, and I will link above the tail of the half and half wrap. Why does everything I knit have a tail to tell about it? That usually doesn't have a happy ending. So the problem with that was the gray yarn. The gray yarn I ran out of. First off, I didn't know I had it all balled up or caked up from long ago. It was deep stash. I don't know where it was from. I was pretty sure it was a cashmere blend, and I was pretty sure it was 50-gram ball and it was fingering weight, but I should have had enough, but I ran out. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it was a heavier fingering weight. I don't know. But first off, one of the balls was not in the same color dye lot as the other one. So it was lighter. So I have this like light gray stripe going through, which actually I kind of liked. That was fine. But then I ran out of yarn and I didn't have another yarn in that gray color, or even close to it. So I had to use, I used some leftover stash yarn, which was more of a brown gray than a true gray. It had the brown undertones. So then there's a section that's got like brown to it. So by the time I finished, and the red half was Knit Picks Barn Door Heather. It was beautiful. I loved it. But by the time I finished, I don't know, maybe just all of the errors. I was just like so glad to be done and over. And then the cashmere in the gray has gotten like kind of fuzzy. It's got that fuzzy halo to it. So when I wear it with any of my black clothing, I come away looking like my dog, which is a golden retriever, has rolled all over me. So I'm like, you know what? I think I'm going to either gift this to somebody if they want it, and then just start again and do another one for myself. I checked with my sister and I said, do you want to take this off my hand? And she goes, oh my God, yes. And then she texted me back and said, oh no, wait, you know what? She said her daughter loves the shawls that I make her. She said she would love this. Why don't you give this to her for Christmas? So that's fine. One Christmas present done. Yay! And it's going to a good home. And I said, look, it may be, she may find it kind of, because it's massive. She may find it a little too overpowering or too large for a shawl, or to wear as like a wraparound kind of scarf shawl. But I said, it's a great lap blanket. I said she can use it as she sees fit. I'm just happy it's finding a good home and one less Christmas present for me to make. But her other two kids, one of them wants a toque and one of them wants camp socks. But I'm kind of thinking where the shawl is kind of such a big project, I feel like just like the socks and the hat for them isn't as much. So I may see if I can like do something a little extra for them. We'll see. So that's that taken care of. And then what else have I been knitting on? Remember last episode where I was complaining about I've been just showing the same projects over and over again? I have made more progress on my loose sock. I am almost to the point. I'm like literally about an inch away from starting the heel. Is that right? Inch, 2 inches, inch and a half. I'm kind of over these socks. I love them. I love the yarn. I love how gushy they are. They're going to be so awesome on, but I'm over knitting them. I just want it done. That's that. I'm not going to dwell on them. We've been talking about these for how long now? They are in my cute little loop bag. I got a new loop bag from the Loop. It's my local yarn store. That's where I get most of my bags from. Their cheeks, they got little pink pops on their cheeks. It's so cute. So anyways, I saw that one when I was at the cash register because they had them folded up there and I was like, oh, that's too cute. I must have it. So let's see what else. I think I've put some work in on my Lavender Fields shawl since the last episode. I read I'm at the part now where I'm starting a bit of, I guess, a bit of a lace section, you would call it. But I read the instructions wrong, so I had to back out this entire row and then redo it, at which point I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a break. I think this is going to be actually a good size because I can't even stretch it out without it falling off the needles, which we're not going to do because that would be really bad. Yeah, it's about this. It's longer than this right now because it's kind of, once I stretch it out, it's probably going to be about 4 inches longer than what I have it scrunched up with here. So I think this is going to be fine. I was worried it wasn't going to be big enough to kind of wrap around, but I think we're going to be fine. I think we're going to be fine. But oh my God, I love how this color, the colors are knitting up and playing against each other. So this is another Hypothesis yarn in her Helvetica colorway, which is this beautiful white and black. And then this is a Homespun House Conspiracy. So I just love these together. I can't wait to get this off the needles. And I haven't put a whole lot of love in it since I made that mistake. I was just like, step away, Kelly. So there's not a whole lot. This is Helen Stewart's Shawl Society 5, and it's the Lavender Field shawl. It's a very simple shawl. It's very enjoyable, super addictive. So that's kind of how it looks. It's a really neat construction too, because you start kind of going in one direction and then you change. So if you look at the bottom part, you can kind of see the garter rows are kind of going up and down. And then the Conspiracy, after the little kind of eyelets here, it's going in a different direction. So it's a really neat construction. I really love it. I just want to get things off the needles, honestly. Like, there's so many new things I want to cast on, and I feel like, I think too, part of it is that I've started writing in the mornings again, so I don't have my writing time that I normally had in the morning. I don't have my knitting time in the morning. That's been given away to my writing time. And so the only time now I have is about an hour in the evening to knit, and then on the weekends, it's sort of cut into my output, I find. I really, really want to get stuff off the needles because I really have so much stuff I want to knit. I think I'm a product knitter much more than a process knitter. I enjoy the process, but I enjoy the product as much, and I want the product done so I can wear it. So last episode, I had said that I was going to take this mohair from Good Vibrations. It's their Kid Silk Mohair. And this ball of yarn, which is Judy, oh God, I'm blanking. I want to say Judy Alba, but it's not. It's Jody Long Alba. So this is a sport weight, and then this is a lace weight. And I really wanted to put these together to see the kind of color that I got. I knitted on this calls for a 3.75 on the band. So I figured while I blending the two together, I went up to a 4 to see what kind of fabric I got. And I'm going to measure first off, I wanted to see if the blending of the two colors was one that I liked. But I also want to do up a swatch and then take the gauge from that and match it to one of the patterns that I want to knit. So look at this. Oh my God. I absolutely love it. I love it. It's so incredibly soft. The Jody Long is a mix of, it's 50% wool, 25% alpaca, and 25% viscose. So, and it's 3.75 millimeter is to get a tension of 31 rows, 23 stitches, 4-inch square. I've knitted on 4 millimeter, and I really like the fabric. It's got a nice, I think it'll have a nice drape to it. It's not like super see-through, but it's not kind of stiff. It's exactly what I was hoping it would do. So I'm going to knit the swatch a little bit longer, and then I'm going to take the gauge before I soak and block it. Oh my God. There's always that point in the podcast where the words start to go. So I'm going to soak and block it and take the gauge again and just kind of see. I mean, really, the gauge before I soak and block it is a little redundant, but I'm curious. So I think I am going to do that. I think I'm going to do that. And I may be able to finish that today. I will finish that today, and then I'll soak and block it. And while that's soaking and blocking, I will work on my mom's Christmas sweater. And then, what else? And then when I get one stripe done, I'll put in the lifeline for the other sweater, the Coastal Crop Raglan. And then maybe kind of go back and then start ripping back. If I was better at putting in lifelines, I would feel good, but I never feel like I get my lifeline even. But I think if I go along the edge of where the hem starts, I should be okay. Or it could be a complete disaster. That's the plan. So that's pretty much everything that I have been working on. So that's everything. No acquisitions to show you, other than I got the Lina magazine, which is stunning. There's some sweaters in there I want to be doing as well. They've got a lot. Oh, I love the fall and winter issues of the Lina magazine are always my favorite. They're stunning. So, but I'm not looking at that too closely because I have to get this stuff done. I have to get it done. As much as I am enjoying it and as much as I love the projects, I want them done so I can start new projects. That's about everything that's going on. I have a week's vacation coming up, 2 weeks time. So I got about a week and a half off because it falls, I'm taking the Friday off, which is like October 1st, because that's my, that's our wedding anniversary. And then the week after that, we normally travel, but obviously we're not traveling. But I'm still taking that week off, and then that runs into Thanksgiving weekend for Canada. So that basically gives me like a week and a half off. So that's coming up, and I'm hoping to get the carpet laid in the new office / Riley's old room that week. And then I think they're coming to measure for it next week, and they said they should be able to do it the week that we're on vacation. And then I've sort of started putting the other spare room back together, and I've rearranged the furniture, so it feels much more roomy. And then today my husband and I are going to go to IKEA to look for desks for the office. And I don't know if we're not going to purchase it yet. We're going to wait until the carpet's down. We actually have a place to put it so we don't have like boxes all over the place. I've got my second appointment with the nutritionist next Tuesday. So that's been going pretty good. I think I'm kind of getting into a rhythm with the eating plan. Although I hate to cook. I hate cooking. I don't like making meals. I like meals being made for me. And I'm not a really, like some people can kind of look in their fridge and say, oh, I can make this. And I find I'll see one thing and then I will just like eat it for a week and then I'm sick of it. So I'm getting really sick of just like kind of salads. I made a quinoa salad for lunch, which was really good. But I made it and I ate it for 2 weeks for lunch. Now I'm just like, okay, I'm over you. So the only thing I have not gotten tired of, and I sincerely doubt that I will, because is the breakfast smoothies, which I could eat smoothies for every meal. I love smoothies. I could, like my entire existence, I could just eat smoothies and coffee and I'd be fine. So, but it is going well. I feel so much better. I feel like I have more energy. I'm sleeping a little better. We were about to enter phase 5, which meant if you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear your mask in kind of public areas and blah, 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 places like that. You just show your little flu vax card. But then we had kind of a spike in cases, which was mostly in the unvaccinated population. But because of that, they pushed off moving to phase 5 until I think early October at this point. So at the gym, you still have to wear your masks when you're moving between equipment, when you're in the change rooms. Anytime you're not at the equipment working out, you have to have your mask on, which is fine. You know, I've done it before, but I was kind of looking forward to not having to wear it. Anyways, I didn't have time on the weekend to kind of work out what my workout plan was going to be. So I'm going to do that this week. I got so much to do this weekend. I'm already like jamming my calendar full. I'm saying I'm going to do all this stuff on the weekend, and then I forget. It's not a 24-hour day, Kelly. It's more like a 16-hour day. So yeah, so I've got some stuff I got to do. I would like to get back to the gym 3 days a week. And then I bought a pair of walking shoes that I can keep at the office, because my gym shoes are like kind of gym shoes. They're made for like weightlifting. They're like the non-slip surface, that kind of thing. So they're not really good for walking. So I got a good pair of walking shoes on sale, and they're like light as a feather. They're wonderful. So I think what I'm going to do is also walk 2 days on my lunch hour. So when the weather cooperates, because in the fall, I just want to be outside. I really don't want to be in the gym as much. I just want to be outside. So if the weather's really nice, I'm going to walk. And then if it's not, I'll go to the gym. So anyways, that's about it. That's all that's going on. No other big plans in the works. So I am going to cap this off here and hope you guys are doing well and are getting lots of knitting time in your day. And I will talk to you in 2 weeks. And I did decide to switch doing the vlog to a monthly vlog. So it'll be like an August vlog and then the September vlog, blah, blah, blah. Because it was just a little, I think I found I was spending a lot of my weekend time editing, and that was really cutting into time that I needed. So if I have a month to kind of do the editing in, I can do like 1 week's worth of editing, and it doesn't take as long and cut into knitting time and, you know, chore time and just fun time as much. And it was a little more manageable. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Will I have one more regular episode and then the vlog? I think it will be. I can look at the calendar. Something like that. Anyways, either way, I will see I'll see you guys in 2 weeks time. And until then, happy knitting, and I will see you later. Bye.